But wait, let me see if I can do this. Pardon me, just a minute. Let me see if I can.
Get your Tyvek suit on.
I need to get suited up.
Oh yeah. I have nothing, but I came blistering in here, so I'm thank God I made it.
I'm trapped in my Tyvek suit. There you go. Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay, white is your color, Michael.
I'm going to a wedding in this. Let me see if I can zip this up with all my electrical connections. I might electrocute myself.
Be very, very careful. I don't know. It maybe, it might be an offensive picture if you're going to a wedding like that. Wasn't it offensive to YouTube first?
Okay. Anytime we do this kind of stuff, I feel it's important to glove up and suit up.
I feel, a little left out. I got to be honest here. I feel like either I'm going to get dismembered or I'm going to get germs or.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my heavens.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sure this is just irreverent and not right, but that's it's on my resume. So today we had the guy, Davis Gould. Is it ironic that the guy who's the CSI guy digging into blood and guts and stuff, his last name is Gould? Gould?
How appropriate.
It just it seems like a lovely gentleman. So
yeah,
what I thought we would do is let him go through some of his testimony where he's identifying the bags and what was found in each of the bags, including the tools. I had a hatchet here, and I left
before
it.
We do that,
I left it somewhere.
I need to back up to Trooper Kill Me Now.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be an unpopular opinion, I'm quite certain. But as despicable as law enforcement was in the Karen Read trial, if I'm coming from an objective perspective on Trooper Guarino's
just call him Nikki, baby.
Yep. I think that he may have done well with the jury. He came across not as pompous as he did in Karen Read. There was some giggling, and I know that there were a lot of I know there were a lot of people like, oh, he's a jerk, and I'm like, you're saying that because of what you saw in Read, because he was not that way in this particular trial. I was like, oh, you are actually somewhat likable. Who knew?
I was talking to Scott about that. Scott McGinnis was on last night. He was in the courtroom with me yesterday, and that was my point to him. I said, you got to erase that from your brain. First of all, we have to assume the jury doesn't know much because they said they don't know much. Got to go with it. If you can't make that assumption, you'll never get where you need to go. If the jury doesn't know about him like you know about him, like a lot of us know about him, you're right. He comes off professional. He sounds good. Even when he was a little flummoxed about, I don't know why he didn't have the binder there today. Somebody took his binder or something. But on balance, I had no problem with what he was telling this jury. And if in a vacuum, if that's what they know of Nick Guarino, okay.
Well, and it's very factual based. That's why, behaving the way that some of them did when they were testifying in Karen Read's, it made no sense to me. And that's when I started saying all the time, if you're not guilty, don't act guilty. And then you don't have to worry about it. And today he didn't act guilty. He acted like, I did this, and then I did this, and then I did this, and the data showed this. And it's like, I can get behind that. All right.
Yeah.
So it restored just a little bit. I know
a little bit
popular,
on cross. They did a decent job of just reinforcing that all of these searches, and that's what he was there for. All of these searches, which have all kinds of gruesome terms, were all post-mortem. The only thing that came up before that were divorce, right? And that's been explained away as family estate planning, basically. What I was watching last night. I don't know if you've seen this. Or any folks out there have seen The Beast in Me, I think it's called. So it's called. It's is Matthew Rise.
Is it a movie?
It's a
or documentary
series. It's a series on Netflix.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, it's Matthew. Is it Rice or Reese? I don't know if I pronounced his name properly.
I have no idea.
You'd
so
see him and go, "Oh yeah,
fire
that guy."
away.
In fact, Missy, if you have nothing else to do, you can find a picture of Matthew Reese, and then the woman is from Shop Girl, from Homeland. Who starred in Homeland?
I didn't see Homeland.
Oh my
have
gosh,
no
I got
idea.
it. I got to get you out more.
I'm sorry. I did watch the Diddy documentary last night, but
oh, did you? How was it?
oh, very, very well
Was
done.
it good?
I mean, I'm not in the business. I would, I would defer to you and your wife on whether it was well done, but I thought it was very informative and well laid out.
Okay,
Very much
I'll have to check it out.
Walks you along the path
Okay.
of his career.
It's a slippery path because there's a lot of baby oil involved.
Yeah.
So this show, which I can't remember Matthew Reese and the girl, but it's The Beast in Me, and there was a part of the case, part of the show. I think it's episode 5, where there is one of the characters and her husband sitting around a table. He has been accused of a crime, and they're trying to get a plea deal, and the DA is being a hard ass and wants him to do time. Okay. It's a robbery of some sort. It's not a violent crime. And so, or maybe it was like a motor vehicle accident. Anyway, they want him to do time. They start talking to a friend about a paper divorce for purposes of protecting the family assets.
Aha, yes.
So, art imitating life, if you believe Brian Walshe. So it happens.
I think there is possibly some truth to that. I don't, based at least 3 days in, I am not seeing a motive for him coming in the way of some sort of divorce or anything like that. That's not, I haven't seen motive yet. I have in my mind what I think the motive may have been, but I haven't seen anything presented to that effect yet.
Well, tomorrow when the boyfriend is on the stand front and center, and he's supposed to be, I think, all, if not most of the day, that, of course, is Mr. Fastow, right?
I know.
Just an acquaintance. So that they have this dual track. And I have heard a little bit about the money being a motive, all of the insurance. We've heard a ton about insurance. We know that as a result of his convictions for the art fraud, $400,000 or $500,000 in restitution was required. So that could be a motive to get that money, bump her off. Now I'm in the, because he got the money.
Well, and especially because I haven't seen any evidence that has shown that there was $500,000 liquid available to just pay.
No,
we've seen a couple $100,000.
Yes, that was again her money, right?
Exactly.
And there's no evidence that she said, "Honey, you need that? It's yours." We haven't seen that, and we also know that Mama Diana has been paying the rent.
Yes.
6 months up front first, and then the subsequent lease she was paying monthly, but they weren't rolling in it. So $400,000 or $500,000 is that's a big nut. So that's a motive. They'll flesh that out, I'm confident. And now tomorrow we're going to start to hear from the boyfriend, which is going to have the secondary motive.
Well, and I'm curious about this too. I do want to know whether that's a secondary motive or not, because the defense has repeatedly stated or inferred that they had this open marriage.
Oh yeah, and he's not jealous. He's not jealous. Remember,
right?
All these guys that would express some interest in his wife.
I'm
wished
curious.
he would be jealous.